I have the latest games from Evercade, and in today's video, I'm sharing these with you. All 33 games, that's right, 33 new games that you can play on your Evercade. 2 multi-game cartridges are on pre-order and they'll be available at the end of the month. You can go to Songbird Productions for that. But the other 2 are out, and in today's video, I'm sharing footage from all of these, plus 2 hidden games. That's right, there's hidden games on the Evercade, whether you play on the handheld or the new Versus. Really excited about this company, and they keep making some awesome games and multi-game cartridges that you can play either on the go or at home with a friend. So sit back, relax, let's take a look. First up, you got the Jaleco Arcade, and it comes with these extra arcade cards that explain some information about the games as well as a full color manual. I love myself some brawlers, and first up is 64th Street, and this is a 2-player co-op. You can gather weapons, but what's really neat about this game is you can throw people into the background and smash walls and smash windows and smash bricks, and it can unlock different items, and you get a special move different when your health is low. This is a cool platformer, Avenging Spirit, and you can take over enemies, and each enemy has a different ability. Really love this game, and you can get a special best ending if you get the keys from stages 2, 5, and 6. Next up is Cybattler, and this is a vertical mech shooter, classic shooter, and you can do co-op in it. It does have a unique control setup where you can angle and position yourself around the screen in all directions. Different loadout for each stage. Next up is EDF, and this is the arcade version, 2-player co-op in this horizontal shooter. Haven't played this one, so it's nice to see it included here. Lots of frantic dodging going on the screen, and I think shooter fans are going to rejoice as this rounds a very nice collection. Taking on a more classic airplane theme, and you have P-47, the Phantom Fighter, and I really enjoyed this one. I don't have a lot of experience playing this one, but it has 8 stages, nice colorful backgrounds, and one with sub-weapons. I'm sure classic shooter fans are going to rejoice. Next up is Rodland, and it should be renamed Sparkle. This game reminds me of Bobl, Snow Brothers, those types of games and gameplay styles. Very colorful graphics where you take your wand and you pause enemies and then whack them back and forth. Next up is a horizontal shooter that did get a lot of classic computer ports back in the day, and this is Saint Dragon. I know there's going to be fans of this game. One of the better shooters on this package. And what's cool is you maneuver around and your tail is armored, so use it to deflect shots, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. Next up is kind of a spiritual sequel to the legendary Axe in TurboGrafx 16, done by the same development team. Really like this one. Haven't played the arcade a ton. I've played it a little bit. Mostly played the Nintendo version, which is completely different. I like what we've played so far. Next up is the second collection from Gaelco, and this includes 6 different games. First one is Big Karnak, and this is a side-scrolling platformer from the arcades. A lot of people in the States haven't played a lot of these games, so it's nice to see this collection here. Next up is Maniac Square, and this is kind of a more traditional puzzles, match 3 style game. Single player and versus modes are included. For a puzzle game, not bad. Next up is Squash, and this took me back to my childhood when my parents took me to a fitness gym. And you know what? Not bad for a traditional sports game, and one that I'm probably going to play more. Next up is a fun, over-the-top run and gun, and that's Thunder Hoop 2. And really think this is an odd one. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be happy to see this included. As you know, I haven't had a lot of time playing this one, didn't grow up playing it, but from what I played so far, it's pretty interesting. It's like if Rambo, Battletoads, and Aliens had a baby. Next up is Touch and Go, and this is beach volleyball. This is a game I probably wouldn't go out of my way to play in the arcades, but included on a $20 multi-game cartridge. Not bad. Found myself liking this sports game as well, and I'm really glad that they included it. World Rally 2 is an isometric racing game for a single player, and you know, I like these types of games. I do enjoy watching rally racing. I sometimes go on YouTube and watch video clips, but yeah, this is fun. It's got some good graphics. One to check out for sure. If you put both Gaelco Arcade carts in your Evercade Versus, you get a bonus game called Bang, and I love that Evercade is doing this. This is a crosshair shooter. It's got several different stages. Lot of fun here. I enjoyed this one, and as a bonus game, sign me up. I'm really excited about this next one, and it's the Morphcat Games Collection 1. First up is Bobl, and this is an exploratory game where you're going around various levels, getting power-ups, and rescuing little duckies. Man, I didn't have really an opinion of this, never played it before, but holy cow, what a great side-scrolling adventure game. Next up is one of my favorite aftermarket NES games ever made, and that's Micro Mages. You must play this 4-player. Oh my goodness, so good. I love everything about this game, huge fan of it, and by far the best game on this package. It's a must-play, totally recommend it. One of the 2 bonus games included on this multi-card are Micro Mages Second Quest, and it's more Micro Mages, but extra difficult levels. I found myself not wanting to put the controller down and finish this video. I wanted to keep playing it, as this is one I definitely want to beat. Spacegulls is an original title that, you know, I didn't have an expectation, but once I started playing it, man, I really like what they've done here, combining several aspects of many platform and arcade games. This is a game that you can speed run, lots of different cool enemies and places to explore. Yes, I'm going to be playing this one more. Next up is a demo, and it did put Morphcat games on the map, and it's Super Bat Puncher. A second player can join the fun by controlling Sirloin, and you know what? What I played so far, not bad, and definitely worth a look. Next up is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm really glad that they included the Intellivision Collection 2, as many of these games utilize the virtual keypad, and included are these cards which help understand how to play these games. The instruction booklet is super important playing these following games. Once you figure out the control on each game, which is different, you are going to have an enjoyable experience for the most part, especially people that grew up with Intellivision. I know there's a lot of Intellivision fans out there that are really excited about seeing these included. I really have enjoyed Cloudy Mountain, and I know for many classic Intellivision fans are really excited about seeing this on this collection. The controls are pretty good, and I found myself really wanting to come back and play this more. Lots to this game in many different difficulty settings. Next is my favorite on this collection, and it's Hover Force. A good buddy of mine showed me this back in the day. I'm really thankful because I probably wouldn't have picked it up. And this is a late release for the Intellivision 86, and there's lots to it. As you're taking out enemies, you're also putting out fires. There's a radar, there's fuel. Man, I love this game. Next up is Motorcross, and you know, like many of these games on this collection, you have to figure out the control. It takes a little bit. Give yourself some time. Many of these aren't just pick up and play. You have to figure them out. But once you figure out the controls, I think there's going to be many people that will like these. Another late release is Mountain Madness Super Pro Scheme. What's really cool about Intellivision games, lots of different options, and I love that. This one is probably my most enjoyable one that I recommend on this collection, as I found myself wanting to go back and try to best my score and beat my times. This is up there with Hover Force. This next game, Reversi, also known as Othello, several different names. Not my thing, not my cup of tea, but you might be a fan of this board game. This is a game that I'm going to probably pass on. This next one is probably one of the better games on this collection, and that's Sharp Shot, a combination of 4 different settings, and it is an arcade-style shooter where you're gathering points, and I like this one. Not the last release for the original Intellivision, but one of the last releases is Stadium Mud Buggies, and this game on physical cartridge is super expensive, so offering it in an affordable package such as this, people get to experience one of the final games made for the Intellivision. This next one I know is one that many Intellivision enthusiasts grew up with, and it's Star Strike, and it's inspired by science fiction films. I wonder which one. Love this animation of the Earth blowing up. This next one I tried to put some time in to figure out the controls, and I just wasn't getting it. It's something I need to play more to understand how this is best to be played on the Evercade, but I tried several events and just couldn't master it. Need more time. This next game is very involved. It's going to require the cards that came with the multi-cart to figure out 7 different scenarios. This is an RPG, Tower of Doom, and I know there's going to be many people excited to see this. The controls are complicated, but once I was starting to figure out the controls, I found myself enjoying this one a lot more. Definitely well worth a look. Vectron is definitely the what the heck of the compilation. It is a strategic shooter in which you must construct energy bases by firing at your energy block cursor. Construct a complete base to pass each level. A creative design indeed. The other hidden game is if you put both Intellivision cart collections into your Evercade Versus, you get Zombie Madness. Now, I covered this game on a previous video I did for Halloween, and wow, what a great bonus game. I love that Evercade is doing this. I can't wait to see what other games are unlocked with additional carts. There also is a Game of the Month, which I covered on a Facebook video, and this Game of the Month for July is Cowlitz Gamers Trilogy. That's right. 3 games that I have a special connection to, and you may want to check that out. You can download it through the settings, and it's going to be on an actual physical cart. These 3 games later on in the year under Indie Heroes 2, I do believe. And so really excited to see that, as well as the C64 cart is a new computer line that they've announced. So they keep scheduling new carts, and they're doing a great job with communication, and I'm really excited to see them be successful. A lot of people are talking about it. It's retro done right, and it has my 100% support, as I think this is a great affordable product, an affordable way of collecting physical. Thank you so much for coming to this channel, and really want to appreciate your support. And if you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe button and click the bell if you haven't already, as I upload new content and different content every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.